Oh, good morning, beautiful people. Happy Friday. Woo, I am dog tired. Welcome to Love Babz Love Talk. I'm Babz Rawls-Ivy. Let me tell you why I'm tired. Because I did something I've never done before. I uh I ran up to Martha's Vineyard yesterday for the day. For the day. I don't recommend that. Not at this age. I do not recommend that. Uh, so Jonathan and I set out yesterday upon a journey. We wanted to go up to Martha's Vineyard. I wanted to support Karen DeBose Walton and Eric Clemens and Erica Bradley because the Community Foundation does this thing called the Vineyard Project of New Haven. And it's really about it's a Black philanthropy conversation. And so they were doing it on the vineyard. And I wanted to go. And I had thought I had signed up to get on the bus to go on the bus. And I guess I didn't. Or I did it after the fact. I was late. My fault. Not their fault. My fault. And so ended up I said, well, you know what? I'll just drive up. Oh, I'll just drive up. I'll just drive. 3 hours. I could do it. Come on, Jonathan, get in the car because Ife had commitments because she's building culturally lit into a literary empire, and so that requires her to be present to things. So she couldn't go up, but she was already on the bus. Like she was already had a space on the bus, but she couldn't go. And Markeisha was like, cruising in the Caribbean. Uh, so I said, "Come on, Jonathan, let's take this ride." So we took the ride. It was fine. It was fine. It was a ride up, a little tricky parking because the lots were full. So we had to go to the far lot and then take the shuttle to the ferry. So that was fine. We get on the ferry, which is my favorite thing. And we were supposed to land in Oak Bluffs. And you land in Oak Bluffs, you just get out and I knew where we were going. We were going to Strand Theater. You get out of Oak Bluffs, you walk down the street, boom, you're there. Well, the water was so choppy yesterday, um, that they had to take us to Vineyard Haven, which is not a hard thing. So we get on the bus, we no, we get off the ferry at Vineyard Haven. Then we have to buy a bus pass to get on the bus, which I still have, I believe, on my phone in my wallet. It's like $8. I got the bus pass. It's for the day. I only used half of it. But anyway, we got on the bus came. So, 15 minute, not even a 15 minutes, like a 10-minute ride from Vineyard Haven to the center of Oak Bluffs. So we get off, we get to the talk, like maybe a half hour before it's done, which was nice because we got to hear some stuff. It was really good. So it was lovely to see people. I saw lots and lots of people. It was lovely, lovely to see people. Lovely. Wonderful. I love Martha's Vineyard for the reasons of family reunion and gathering. It's just a wonderful place. And it's just so black. I mean, there's white people there, but August is Black August. So we did that, came out, saw people, ran into Eric and Highsmith, Carl Highsmith. Eric was going to meet Marianne at Nancy's. So I said, all right, we'll come over there. We'll meet you over there. So I ended up uh, going over there and catching up with Marianne Loom and talking with her. It was just lovely. Having really great conversations about race and uh, uh, what to do, race issues in America. Okay, Ife, you're silly. Uh, so it was wonderful. I had the most expensive fish and chips I've ever had in my life. It was good, but it wasn't worth whatever. And I had a beer. So it was a very expensive two pieces of fish and French fries. But that's all right. That's what Martha's Vineyard is. That's just what it is. That's what it is. So I ended up sitting there. We chatted. Uh, Amanda Skinner lives on a vineyard. She texted me to see if I was there. I said, yes, I'm at Nancy's. Give us a few minutes. We're paying our bill. We're getting ready to walk down Circuit. And she's fast, quick, fast, and hurry. But we caught up to her. And it was a lovely meetup to talk, then walk down. Jonathan hasn't been on Martha's Vineyard in 20 some odd years, so it was nice for him to like get acquainted. And he had on his African short set, which is, people were taking pictures of because it was so badass. And but I could find him anywhere. So he went his way, I went my way. We caught up, like we weren't ever far apart for too long. I walked down to Sailor V because I was looking for something specific and they didn't have it. So I was bummed by that. I was like, okay, fine. Um, it was crowded in there as it always is. Uh, and then we made our way to Oak Bluffs Inn, which for me that's my home. I think that's my home right there. And Eric, the innkeeper, and his lovely wife, they let us sit on the porch. I got there and and Shah and Zanaya were already sitting on the porch chilling. Like it's old, like that's just how we live. If I'm gonna find a porch. So I sit on the porch and everybody I know comes around that corner, comes down the street and they're like, they were walking by, like Karen Walton said she walked by earlier and she's like, the porch ain't the same if Babz is not sitting on it. So when she came back by, she's like, oh my God, I was just saying it. Here you are on this porch. I said, Karen, if there's a porch to be had, girl, I'm porching. So we sat on the porch and just fellowshipped, And Eric is very nice brother. Very, very nice brother to let us sit on the porch and just take it over. And so that's what we did for a good hour. And then Amanda and I walked around, did a lot of walking. I popped by Jubilee and bought the most prettiest pair of earrings. Very, very pretty pair of earrings. And got a card. I'm gonna keep my Jubilee bag. Uh, and, I have a serious earring game. I just don't play about my earring. But these were so unusual because normally you would see carved bone in this fashion, but this is wood, and they're just I don't know if you could see them. I feel like I'm on QVC. Uh, they're just lovely. And they have they feel very African in their reach and execution. They're light, but they're bone, and they're long and dangly because I got to have long and dangly. I cannot wait to wear these. This is a wonderful, and they weren't expensive. They just were not expensive. I paid more or less. So those are those. And then I went, and then you when you buy something, they tell you to pick a card. So I picked Gwendolyn Brooks's quote, "We are each other's harvest, each other's business. We are each other's magnitude and bond." And Gwendolyn Brooks was born in 1913, and she died in 2000. She was an American poet, teacher, and author, and she published her first poem at 13 years old. By the age of 16, she had already written and published approximately 75 poems. At 17, she started submitting her work to Lights and Shadows, the poetry column of the Chicago Defender as an African American an African American newspaper, which is still going strong. I still read to this day. Her work dealt with personal celebration struggles of ordinary people. She won the Pulitzer Prize for poetry, making her the first African American to win the prestigious award. She went on to win the National Medal of Arts, notable works, A Dream in Bronxville, Annie Allen, and Maud Martha. So this is I live by this. I am governed by we are each other's harvest, each other's business. We are each other's magnitude and bond. I stand on that. 10 toes deep, I stand on that. And then I got a chance to get into the Mariposa art gallery in Center, which is always closed when I'm on the vineyard. Because whatever reason, it is never open when I go there. But they were open yesterday, and so we went there. And I'm delighted that I went because they have such beautiful artwork. I wish I had the kind of money where I could just buy all the art that I see. Do you know what I mean? Like, I wish I had that kind of money, you know. So anyway, I bought this beauty. Now I want more of them because they're so beautiful. This one's a little rough and tumble, but I don't care. I wanted it to be, I didn't want it to have perfection. It's gorgeous. I love black cameos. Uh, I have two. This is my third one, I think. No, I have three. I have one that I bought from Miss Simpson, who makes them. And then I bought one for the one she made for Avon 30 years ago. And then I have one that uh, someone gifted me, my very first one. Uh, so I have three or four of them. So this makes my fifth one, I think. But it's just it's just so pretty. So I might get more of them. Uh, I might just get more of them just because, you know. But anyway, so then Jonathan went and bought some stuff for his good friend, his bestie. I bought him a cap. And then we went to Sharky's and he had some nachos and I had a watermelon margarita, which wasn't all that great. He had a margarita something or other, which wasn't all that great. But, we drank them. And then Amanda gave us a ride to the ferry. We got on the ferry and the ferry left at 7:30. So we got on the road at around, whatever, 8:30. So we got home by 11. 11. I dropped Jonathan off at 11. I got home about 11:15. And I was exhausted. I mean, that was a drive. It was a fine drive. Traffic was really good, actually. I don't know what that's, I guess that says that it's not weekend traffic. But it was a nice drive. We stopped on one way. We stopped once on our way up, to eat something because it was early in the morning. And then we didn't stop um when we got uh when we got on the road to go home. So we got home. It was a wonderful ride, so it was fine. But it takes a lot out of you to do that much driving in a day, you know. So it takes a lot out of you to do that much driving. So, but yeah, so I'm a little tired, but I'm gonna keep it. I'm not so tired where I'm like, oh, I have to just stop. I think today will stop me because it's going to be a very rainy day. And I don't think there'll be any porching because it's going to be stormy. So I mean like really stormy. So I don't think it will be any porching this evening. Yeah, see, it'll be very rainy. Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, it'll be pretty rainy this evening, this afternoon. So uh so yeah. So I'm a little bit tired. Uh, I feel the weight of weight training. But it was good to walk yesterday. It was good to it was good to be out on the vineyard. And so many people I didn't get to see who have been burning up my phone and my text. I'm around the corner. Where are you? I was like, oh, I'm back in New Haven. People getting up and be like, you were here. Why did you? You know. So so I was like, okay, I'm gonna I'm gonna get on this. I'm gonna get on this going. Oh, my friend Ty's got all kinds of stuff. Ah, okay, I'm joining Ty. Uh, so anyway, so yeah, so I'm tired. So last night when I got in, uh, uh, I saw that the last law school that I was waitlisted for, uh, um, the last law school I was waitlisted for declined me, and I was like, okay, all right. I didn't want to check it last night because I had a sense, and then I was like, okay. So I got up early this morning and I checked it, and I uh, I checked it, and I had a sense. I wanted to go to bed last night, hopeful about it, but I checked it this morning, and then I sent it. I sent the copy of the letter to Professor Foreman and to my coach Demi Moore, and then Professor Foreman responded immediately, and then he called me on his way to the airport to go to Japan to let me know that he is 1,000% with me on this and that he's going to connect me to the tutor so we could get started. And he just was extraordinary. Just like Babz. You're everything is tight. Like you couldn't have your personal statement was so good. We use it now as a reference for personal statements. Okay. So so he has already sent the email to the tutor with a whole laundry list of stuff that you know of what we talked about this morning. We talked this morning early. So I feel pretty good. So I listen. This is what I know about myself. Uh that I always walk in truth. And I always walk in truth, not somebody else's truth or me telling the world a truth, but what I need to do for myself and where I am deficient or where I am not being authentic, you know. So I put a lot into the LSAT, but I didn't put everything I had into the LSAT. And this time around, I'm gonna put everything into the LSAT. And I will say this too. There's some other things that were in play that were competing for my attention for the LSAT and admissions into law school. And I honestly, I think I know more. I just preparatorily know more moving forward. Things that even though I'm in the Access to Law School program, there's just things that I just didn't know, and you only know by doing. So I know some things now I really do know some things, and I'm excited about the things that I know, and I'm going to apply them. So I think this next go round is my time. I really do. I feel very confirmed in that, at peace with that. I don't feel anxious. You cannot come as far as I have come to be anxious over every setback, every seemingly denial. It is not a denial. It's just a delay. And it really isn't a delay. I'm going to be in somebody's law school. I feel it. I feel it. Not this time. Not for this class. But there's next year. There's 2025. And 2025 is already shaping up to be extraordinary. On a whole other tip, away from law school admissions, 2025 is already setting up to be its own extraordinary year. So that's why I'm like, okay. And then here's the other thing. Some things have moved out of the way that I no longer have to contend with. And not in a bad way, but there's some commitments that I no longer have to hold on to because I could do some other things. And I'm excited by that. So I'm ready to delve in. I feel pretty damn good to tell you the truth. And there's some things that I want to do health wise that I have not been doing. And I'm about to get into it. I am about to get into it and spend my time. Uh, I'm going to spend my time chasing this dream. I'm going to do it. And I'm going to I'm going to do it. So yeah. I'm sorry. I'm taking notes and writing and doing all the things. I'm just delighted by all the support. And I'm going to do this. I'm doing it. Not I'm going to do it. I am doing it. And I don't feel sad or whatever. I feel fine. I feel fine. So I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. So I'm going to skip this for the moment and I will come back to it. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty damn good. And as I said, you cannot get to this age and be fretting about things. You get to this age and you accept disappointments as part of the whole circle of life. And you get to this point and hopefully you've grown, you've got some spiritual maturity as long as some emotional maturity to sort of say, um, if it's something that you want, you get up, brush off, try it again. That is the creed of every athlete, every politician, everybody who has ever jumped for the moon. If you fail, you get back up, you dust yourself off, and you work on jumping higher. That's it. You cannot be sad or upset or I mean you can, but that doesn't get you anywhere. It doesn't get you closer to the goal. It damn sure doesn't get you closer to what you want. So you gotta sort of take it in stride. It's not personal. These law schools are not saying, Babz, we hate you, we don't like you. What they're saying is there are some other people that we would prefer to have over you in this particular moment, vis-a-vis this. I get it. I'm not wounded by that. I don't feel maligned. I don't feel whatever. I feel like, okay, as my brother Robert likes to say, I can show you better than I can tell you. So I just gotta put my I just gotta be Margaret Rawls and put myself together. I just gotta put myself together. And baby, I'm gonna do just that. So I know, listen, I know some things now. I know some things. And I'm so excited about these things. I know some things and I know what to do and I know what to look for. And I know how to get ahead of things. In this law school marathon. I know what to do now. I know how to go and to think about what I need from a law school. Spend some time delving into that a little more deeply and recreate my list of where I want to go and what I want to do. I need to redo that and rethink that. I'm going to do it. Oh, I'm so going to do it. Um, and give myself more grace around on this thing. I know what kind of law I want to practice. I'm very clear about that. I know what I want to do, and I know how I want to do it. So now I just got to find schools that meet that criteria. And many of the schools that I chose, and I only chose 6 schools. That's number one. I chose six schools. And I've got to work on that. And I will. I'm ready. I'm more ready now than I was when I started this thing. I'm more ready now, baby. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm so ready. So we're gonna get into it. So I just wanted to just say that this morning that delayed, not denied, just delayed, just delayed. That's all it is. And I got some work to do. I got some real work to do. So I'm ready. And Martha's Vineyard was really a lovely capstone, you know, uh, to take in that sea air, um, to connect with people that I hadn't seen. And there are people I only see once a year. Like there's people at the Oak Bluffs Inn who remembered me from last year. And I was like, oh yeah, it was lovely to see them. So it was just lovely. So I mean, I feel pretty good. So I'm back on it. I got some good things happening, some good things that I'm working on, and I feel pretty good. You know, I'm working on another year of Soul Stitch. I'm signed on to do Story Week, to both of them back to back, months apart. So I feel excited about that because I feel like that's part of my own calling and my ministry to be in support. So I love that. So yeah, I feel good. I feel good. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. I knew that I would. Now don't get me wrong. I'm disappointed. I'm not masking my disappointment. But disappointment at this point at 61 is not the same disappointment when I was 20. Oh, if I was 20 to 28, I would have been in tears for days and days and days. 61 is different. I didn't come through some stuff. So I don't have the same attachment to disappointment of my youth. That is maturity. Thank God. Who wants to be an emotional mess forever and ever and ever? I don't. So I deal with the disappointment. And now, what I've learned in my life is that you refocus, pivot, whatever you have to do, and go back at it another way. And if you ever played any kind of team sport, if you've been on any kind of team, there's more than one play. You don't go out there and keep playing the same play over and over. A coach has gazillion plays, and you learn the strategy over a period of time. So I'm good. So yeah, yeah. And at this age, if I can't pivot and redirect myself, what do I tell young people about when something falls through for them, when you can't accomplish things, or when bad things happen, or you can't, it just seemingly feel like you're on the losing end of things. I don't want to stand there and say, yeah, just quit. And if I do that, I don't feel like I'm living up to my own personal capacity of how I want to be in the world. I'm not a quitter. Now, there are some things absolutely you should walk the hell away from. Absolutely. Don't be stupid. I'm not talking about those kinds of things that are detrimental to your well-being and your freedom. If you see people doing wrong, you don't join in. You walk the hell away. if if somebody is harming you, you don't stay there and like, I'm gonna go back for more. Nope, nope. But if there's a dream, and we see it all the time. We see it with these American Idol shows and all these little talent shows that you just keep people come back. And we've seen people come back on these shows. They don't get in the first time. They get high up in the judging, and then they get knocked off. And then they come back the next few years. And you see the maturity and the growth. That's how you have to do life. Because life is gonna kick your ass. Life is gonna life. It's gonna kick your ass. It's gonna beat you down. And it's gonna beat you down. Sometimes you have a life where you just keep getting beat down for a long time. Like, like you feel like you're only on this planet to get beat down. And there are people who feel that way. And there are people who are going through that. Like, damn, I can't catch a break. I can't win. Yes, it may feel like that, but let me tell you what I know from being 61. Iron sharpens iron. We don't use cotton to sharpen iron. We don't use paper to sharpen iron. You know what sharpens iron? Iron. So you have to come through it. And if you still standing, because some point, all that's going to fade away. All of it's going to make a path. All of it, the clouds are going to open. All of it, the sun is going to shine. But do you have the tenacity, the fortitude to stay in it, to through the forest, through the fog, through the pain, through the rain? Can you stay on your feet and move forward? And a lot of people can't. They break. They break, they get high, they can't face the whatever the hardship is. That this it's a weakness. It's a real weakness in some people. So you have to sort of put your feet down, plant yourself and be like, this is my damn goal. From this day forward, I'm gonna work on this damn goal. I don't care what Lou is doing or Carrie is doing or Betty is doing. I'm gonna work on my goal. I don't care if nobody believes in me. I don't care if nobody supports me. This is my damn goal. And I'm gonna move forward with it. And you have to be willing to do that. A lot of people not willing to do that. They're needy. They're needy and they're weak. And they don't know how to strengthen themselves. And it's all right to see weak people. We see weak people all the time. Weak people who can't do a damn thing. And the weakness is not a judgment. It is just what is happening. It's not a judgment. It's like you don't say to weak people, "Oh, you're so weak, I hate you." No. It's like, you know what? You got to shore yourself up. And can't nobody shore up weak people. Weak people have to shore themselves up. It's like when you see people who are like, I've been sober for 20 years. One day they just say, I've had enough of this. Everybody has that moment. I've had enough of this. I've had enough of living like this. I've had enough of feeling like this. I've had enough of being in a world like this. That that's what it is. Every addict, every basketball player, every champion, every warrior, everybody has had that moment when they say, I'm about to make a shift. I am making a shift. It's different for everybody. Some people got to go years and years and years dragging themselves over the coals They got to go years and years and years battling addiction, years and years and years of being on the down on down on the bottom of the well. It because it's so for some people it takes that long until they get tired, or something happens and they're like, I am the light at the end of the tunnel. And a lot of people don't get it. They think somebody else is the light at the end of the tunnel. If only people would help me. People help you all the time. People help you all the time. But you know what, you know how your help comes? When you put one foot in front of the other and you put your hand out there to reach. Somebody will reach back. But it doesn't start with them. It starts with you. You got to reach first. You got to step first. And sometimes you're not going to see the whole, what did Martin Luther King say? Sometimes you're not going to see the whole staircase. Sometimes you're not going to see it. But you got to take the step. In my spiritual direction practice, I tell people all the time, God gives you just enough light for the step ahead. And with each step ahead with that little bit of light, you gain strength. That's true in anything. I started weightlifting with little weights. And I'm amazed at how much weight I can lift. Now, I can't get on nobody's Olympic stage with the kind of weight that I'm lifting. But I am way better than when I walked in there in January. I can actually lift some damn weight. And my body is changing. And I see the change. And here's the other crazy thing. I get to decide how much I want to do. And I have an idea. So guess what I have to do? I have to change my mind and my behaviors about some things so that I could get to those results. Baby, that's it right there. You got to change your own heart and mind about what it is you want. We see it all the time. And, these people, listen, I love a good self-help book. I love good motivating videos because I'm like my grandmama used to say, you got to stay prayed up. And what she meant was, she didn't mean like tote a Bible everywhere you go and when you feeling antsy, pick it up or whatever. She didn't mean that. She mean like find ways to keep motivating yourself. There are things out there that'll keep motivating you. And I never understood, I didn't understand that till years and years ago because I just thought, Grandma, I'm not going to be toting scriptures. I mean, I've got nothing against scriptures, but you know. And when I realized what she meant was all the things around you that support what you do. Once you pick up one thing, so much other stuff will come your way. This is how I got on the path. This is how I pulled myself up out of depression. This is how I pulled myself up out of despair. I reached up. That's it. I just reached up and I said, "Oh, I'm tired of feeling like this. I'm just tired of feeling like this. I'm tired of feeling like I want to die. I'm tired of feeling like I want to commit suicide. I'm tired of feeling like I'm at the bottom of the well. I just got tired." And I was like, I have an idea. I have an idea of how I want to live my life and who I want to become. And I just put my feet in front of each other and did it. Now listen. There were some damn pitfalls. I swear to God, there was pitfalls by my own making. And I have to reckon with that. And I have reckoned with that. And you know how you reckon with that? You forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. People don't do enough of that for themselves. They don't do enough of it. Because there's enough people out there who's not going to let you forget a damn thing, who are not going to forgive you, who are not going to support you, who are going to whisper behind your back at every turn, all the time. I see it now. I was in space yesterday with people who I know was not feeling me. But here's what I know. They don't make this go. My friend Michelle Turner, my soror, my good friend Michelle Turner, it's like when she used to, talk about her daughter was getting all sassy. She's like, girl, I make this go for you. I make it go. So you make it go for yourself. I make it go for myself. If I sat down and worried about what people said about me in the negative, child, I would never leave the house. But that's a fantasy. I can't live like that. I don't give a damn what people say. And I see them. And when people, this is what people do. This is when one person is annoyed with you, they posse up so that they got a little posse of people who are on their side to be mad at you. Now they don't come to you with their disgruntledness. They prefer to let it seethe in them about some perceived injustice I threw at them. Like, listen, and me, I'm not. Sometimes I can make it easy for you, and I'll go and be like, listen. I'm a own my part in this story, but this is not a part of the story I need to own because I'm not in the wrong here. And it's not about being right or wrong. What I cannot fix what's in somebody's internal makeup. Their unhappiness has so little to do with me. I just seem to trigger more of their unhappiness because my light shines so damn bright they cannot stand it. And that's what it is. But guess what we don't do? We don't turn off no lights over here. Ain't no lights going off over here. Are you kidding me? Do you know how long it took me to get this light to shine? Ha! You think I'm gonna turn it off because somebody's got their lips out about me? Ah, listen, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Woo! That's it. I got nothing else for you because I can't turn off the light. This is a God-given light. When God gives you a light, I mean, there people turn off the lights all the time. People commit suicide. People do things and put themselves in harm's way. People do it all the time because they don't understand their own greatness and they're wallowing in their own sadness and they wallow in their own pain. And I get it because I stood in that same space. I'm here to tell you. And I'm not suggesting that I don't have sad days. Hell yes. I had a sad day the other day because sometimes I get sad about my children because I want them to have more and be more. But they are on a path. And all I could do is just, keep the light on for them. I got sad the other day because I got a friend who's going through some stuff. There's nothing I could do except stand there and be present. If it's raining on her, guess what I got? An umbrella. If she's cold, I'll just throw a blanket on her. That's all I could do. Sometimes you just have to be present with people in whatever they're going through, and you just let them go through. That's it. I don't got no answers for your life. I don't. But I do know how to turn on the light. I do know how to do that. I do know how to turn on the light. And sometimes people just need somebody to turn on the light. And sometimes people just need for you to be present. And there are a lot of people who annoy the hell out of me with the choices that they make. God knows. I'll be like, what the hell are you doing? But I don't say that. Sometimes you have to say it to people. Like you absolutely say it to your kids. Like, what the hell are you doing? But for your friends, you got to give them a little more grace. I have friends who give me all kinds of grace. And we spend so much time together that they know my quirkiness. And if I get on their nerves, I never know I get on their nerves. I just never know because they just love me unconditionally and they have my back, you know. And it's not that they tolerate me. It's not toleration. Is toleration a word? Like hateration? It's just that they make space for me. I make space for them. That's it. Here's what I would suggest to people. Get yourself a good squad of friends, not frenemies. Because God knows I don't understand this attraction to frenemies. I don't understand these people who make friends who put them in jeopardy, talk about them, belittle them, and then uh, allow them, help them make bad choices. You don't need those kind of people in your life. Kick them to the curb and go find some people who like, if you say X, they say Y. If you say they say chew. I chew. If they say up, if you say up, they say how high. You need people like that in your life. If you don't got people like that, if you got people who these people who purse their lips, roll their eyes, and secretly just don't want to see you win, or people who only want to be your friend when you are on the ground, or when you are drowning, or when you are in the muck and mire, because it makes them look better, that their lives are not as effed up as yours. You know, people, listen, listen, put somebody cash at me. I feel like I'm preaching. Uh, you know people like that. I know people like that who are only in your life because they want to be a witness to your failure, and they disguise themselves as your friend. And Oprah just talked about this. She's like, you cannot be friends with anybody who is jealous, who doesn't want the best for you, and and is gonna try to dim your light. You cannot be friends with people like that. You can't. Now, there are people out there who will work hard to prove that theory wrong. It's not even a theory. Prove that statement wrong, prove that example wrong. They are fools. They are fools. Because if you're in friendships and all y'all ever do is whine about the state of the world, and the state of the world meaning what's going on in your own lives, but you're not taking steps to move yourself forward, if you're just each other's complaining boards and not each other's lift up boards, you need to get some new damn friends. Seriously, I would invite you to quick, fast, in a hurry, get you some new friends. I know, I hear some of y'all out there, it's so hard to make friends. Why? You learned in kindergarten how to make friends. Some of y'all went to pre-K, you learn how to make friends. Be nice to people. Share your damn snacks. And don't spin on people. So y'all act like you don't remember what it's like to make a friend. You know how to make friends. People like, in the all these damn articles. It's hard to make adult friends. Why? Why? You know how you become an adult friend? You be an adult friend. You show up to stuff. You be on time. You know, you help when you can help. Not help like, oh, I'm gonna pay their bills. No, but hey, you want to take a walk? Hey, do you want to go see this exhibit? Hey, if you just want to sit in silence in the park. You don't got to fill the air with every damn vowel, syllable, verse, scripture. You could just sit with somebody and be quiet. That is at the root of spiritual direction. When I'm sitting with somebody who has hired me to be their spiritual director, who has invited me to be their spiritual director, I spend a lot of time just listening to them and gazing at them lovingly until they are ready to tell me what's on their hearts and mind. And then I just redirect them back to, where do they see God in that? Or whatever their religious, canon is. What is that? Well, where do you think the universe is directing you? What do you hear when you listen to yourself? What is the small voice telling you? And everybody has a small voice. Some people try to drown it out. Some people try to smoke it out. Some people try to drink it out. Some people try to sex it out. You know, like cranes in the sky, right? Ain't that the song? Cranes in the sky, which is one of my favorite songs, by the way, by Solange, who I love. Them Knowles girls are badass. So everybody has that wee voice that can get louder if you allow it, or you could keep smothering it. It's up to you. You get there's a lot of choices in this life. So many choices that we think we don't have. We think we don't have choices, but we have choices. Everything is a choice. Not choosing is a choice. You cannot choose, and that's a choice. If you know you're fat and you want to lose some weight, you cannot choose. You can choose to stay fat, or you could get your ass up out the couch and start making some inroads into losing some weight. That's just what it is. Whatever the excuse is. I'm gonna take a break. I'll be back.